everyone. It's our Wednesday course spotlight session. I'm Kathy Lawson, Chief Knowledge Officer of the Great Discovery. Always my pleasure to introduce these sessions to you because, we're all about learning and knowledge, and I love to hear about the new courses that are going on our platform every single day. And tonight is no exception. So let me introduce to you Jackie Holland. Jackie is a dynamic consultant specializing in wellness, media, and education. She is a trusted trainer dedicated to being effective in global empowerment. With an impressive academic background in literature and writing from Columbia University, Jackie combines her knowledge in media and voice to inspire and elevate audiences worldwide. And so tonight, Jackie's going to talk about her course called No More Confusion with New York City School Choices. So go ahead, Jackie, it's all yours.
Every year, parents must face the challenge of selecting the best schools for their children by navigating the New York City public school system, one of the largest in the nation. School choice in NYC can be an intimidating process, but it will be made with the help of Jacqueline Holland. Best known as one of the founders of InsideSchools.org. Jacqueline's role in education has been extensive and relevant. She has 20-plus years of experience as a children's education specialist, has visited over 400 schools, and presented her training and workshops before thousands of NYC parents. Most importantly, she has successfully navigated her own children through the school choice process, as well as countless others, and is ready and able to help you too. www.jacquelinekatona.com. Make the process or school choice easier by consulting with Jacqueline.
All right. Hello, everyone. It is really great to be with you today. Hello. I've been looking for this opportunity, and I'm no longer at jacquelinekatona.com. I closed that platform because I'm on the Great Discovery platform, and there's so much here. And I just got to laugh at myself for a minute, because when you look at pictures of yourself from 20 plus years ago, that one shot where I'm wearing the bob, I look like a little kid just playing dress up with their mom's clothes or something like that. But I was actually in my 30s already at that time. So I'm really happy to be with you to talk about this topic, no more confusion for New York City public schools, but in school choice. But I want you to understand that even though I live in New York City and my experiences with New York City is the largest school system in the nation. And so what happens here trickles down everywhere else. And the information that I've accumulated and put together in this course, there's about 30 videos. And it's done in a very colloquial way. I'm talking to you very naturally. But before I get into all of that, I want to tell you a little bit about myself and my journey. It was mentioned a bit in that promo, but the reality is that I was an extremely low-income mom of 3 kids in New York City. And my oldest daughter was and is so bright. Everything that I gave her, she just ate it up. She was the kind of kid you could give a textbook to, and she could just figure it out. And I realized at the age of 5 that she was smarter than I was. So I knew I had to do something in terms of getting her schooling. And where we lived, there were no viable options. And I really did my homework. I did the research. And there, at that time, there was just nothing available for her. And I tried variances and magnet schools and applying different things that I knew of. However, none of those things worked. And so when a parent finds herself in that level of frustration, and you don't have the money for private school, and you can't just move into a better school district, what do you do? And I did what I think anyone would do, is I went home and I cried. I cried. I can chuckle about it now, but I cried, and then I prayed. And lo and behold, the very next day, someone I used to work with many years ago gives me a call. We got pregnant at the same time, and she says, my daughter, she's taking the test for the Talented and Gifted School. do you know about this? And I had no clue. I called the school and I was able to get her in the last round of testing. And I didn't have any concern at all as to whether she would pass the test or not. I knew she would. And I know there's so much confusion around should there be testing, should there not be testing. The reality is that we have choices. And since we have them, we should know how to navigate this world. And all of our children are different. And what I love about putting together this course is it's not about finding out the perfect list of the 10 right schools or the 100 best schools. It's about figuring out what are the best schools for your child. My second daughter, just as bright, just as wonderful as my first, but her learning style was completely different. She was very tactical. She was very kinetic. She needed to touch and hear. And so she started out in a very different school experience. And by middle school, they were both in the same place, but it's good to know that there are options available for our kids. And one of the things, too, that's very important about this course, because it's not, again, just about New York City parents, even though that's the title. I was a first generation kid, and I've seen through my 25 plus years of experience doing this, so many immigrant parents want their kids to come here to get the education. And it's free education, and they value that. But there's a misinformation in terms of how to enter this system, how to do it correctly. And so you hear school starts in September and you think, okay, well, if I arrive in mid-August, then it's perfectly fine. My kid will get a slot in school and everything will be perfect. Well, to some degree, that's true. And I'm kind of getting ahead of myself, but I just love this topic. I love teaching. But if they arrive in September, it's already too late. The application process has passed. So whatever seats are open are going to be zone schools, and some of them are good, and some of them are not. And it's going to be options that are very, very limited. And it just kind of increases other problems and other issues and magnifies other things. So I'm going to slow down a little bit. I'm just so excited that this course can finally be provided in a way that I selected 5 languages, particularly for this course, because there are some dominant languages here. So it's going to be available in Spanish and French, which, a lot of the African languages that may not be here yet, French is like the default. And so Spanish, French, Russian, Arabic, and Mandarin. So I'm excited about that. So yes, if you're here and you're a parent and you've ever been confused, even after doing all the reading, even after doing all the homework and asking questions, you still feel lost. This is the course that will help you navigate the system. It's evergreen. So that means wherever you are, there will be tips and nuggets here that will help you through the process. And if you're in New York City, it will definitely help you to understand more of the plethora of information that's out there. I do link to some resources and websites that are helpful for you along your journey. But I think the information, I know the information will be very, very valuable. So what I've done is I've provided 3 tips, right? 3 processes, 3 very clear sections. So I call it TOP. That's my acronym. I start with T, which discusses the timeline. I then go to O, which is the options. And then P is the process. And I am going to take you over and give you a sneak peek as to what the layout looks like, so that when you're ready for it, you can see it. But this is what right there, that little this guy here, that's my lovely husband, and I'll tell you a bit about him later, but that's what the course looks like right there. So top, right, the timeline, wherever you are, every school, every district has a timeline for which you can apply that is optimal. And so I take the time to break that down for you, whether it's elementary, middle school, or high school, even pre-K. There's some things you need to know about how the structure and the system works here. Then we go into options. In New York City, we have over 2,000 schools. I know that's a lot. It's like, but within that, they're broken down into zone schools and audition schools and charter schools. And there's so many. So I have a whole section that breaks out what these options are and what they mean and who can apply. And then I land on process, right? If our application process is centralized, it's online, they've made it a lot easier than it used to be. But one of the issues is if you don't understand the priorities, if you don't understand the ranking system or how to rank those schools properly, then you're kind of, missing the opportunity. And this is such perfect timing because tomorrow they're actually going to provide students who filled out their high school applications way back in December. They're going to get the answers as to what was their choice because you have 12 slots, one choice, right? So we'll see what they end up getting, but sometimes it causes anxiety. Some kids are going to be really happy because they got something in their top three, and other kids are going to be really disappointed. But there's a wait list process that automatically kicks in. It's done really well. And so once someone explains that to you and you understand how to navigate it properly, and even if that for some reason does not work out, there's still options and things that you can do. So now that I've shared that with you, I'm going to hop on over. Let's see, I'm going to share the screen again and take you into the course so that you can take a look. All right, guys, let's see here. I don't think that bar is going to disrupt us too much, so I'm going to leave it there for now. But here it is. This is what it's going to look like. And as you can see here, I give a clear overview. You're going to, definitely get a clear understanding of what school choice means. We hear the word a lot in the news and in media, but really understanding that it really helps to you as the parent to be empowered to know your child and then to be able to understand what school settings will fit that child so they can thrive and do well. You'll be able to have really, you're going to feel like it's personalized because once you know your child and you're not trying to mold them or bend them into something or someone that they're not, the selections actually become very clear to you. And so mastering the application process is very important. So you will get the guidance that you need, the peace of mind that you need. And if you're new to New York City, this is the content that will help you along the way. And if there's anything else extra that's needed, you can always reach out to me directly. I do plan on putting up a course for consulting for people who are interested in that. It's not up there yet, but that's easy breezy. Just a quick look right here. It looks super short and simple, but I'm going to open it up. But you can see that there's 5 sections and there's 30 lessons. And you get a nice overview. And look at this. I want you to pay attention. I know what it is to have more than one child. You have to pick them up from school. You have to come home and cook. You have to get the homework done, get them in the shower. There's a lot to do. So I didn't spend 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. I'm giving you crucial, need to know information so that now when you go on to websites like Inside Schools or the Department of Education's website or a school's website, you are clearer on what exactly it is that you need to take a look at. Now, I know I'm going to make another little joke here. I said it's 3 and it's top. It's 2 O's here. It looks like two, but it is top. I just broke them out because high school is so detailed here that I wanted to put that in its own segment, in its own section. But as you can see, these are all the topics that are covered. Look at the different types of schools: selective, gifted and talented, audition, independent, dual language, charter schools. There's schools now that are for kids that are on the spectrum because they understand these kids are not special ed in the way that we've termed it before. And then also kids who have IEPs. There's definitely a need to understand that those students have absolute wonderful access to school choice, just like everyone else does. And so it's my pleasure to provide something like this for you. I'm going to hop into a little clip of one of these. Let's see here. I think it might be. Let's go to something short. So some of these are literally just tips. And this is about transportation in New York City and how it works here when you have school choice. A note on transportation. I've done a job of telling you about all these great options that exist in the city, but I forgot to tell you about transportation. Okay, here's how it works. It's on you. They will give you, the Department of Education will allow you to get accepted into whatever school you apply to that you qualify for, but you have to get your child there. There really isn't going to be a bus coming to get your kid. Now, there are some schools that have worked out private coach buses for which you pay a fee. But for the majority of the time, the majority of parents will get a Metro card for their child to be able to commute from whatever borough or part of the city that they're in to their school. And yes, if it's an elementary school child, you're going with them. That Metro card is for the student. This is kind of not even in the 101 of the no more confusion to New York City public schools, but I had to learn the hard way because it didn't make sense to me that a 4-year-old needed a Metro card, so I just assumed that this card was for me, and I swiped my way through one day, and the officer was like, "Oh, what are you doing?" So yes, your child will get a Metro card for them. You will have to have a Metro card for you. And that's how they will commute to school. Kids who are special needs, they have a special bus route that will work for them to get them to school. But otherwise, you're paying for it. Okay, and you can see there, I am myself all the time. And so, but what the other thing that was very important to me in doing this as well is that students, high schoolers, middle schoolers, a lot of times parents are working the night shift. They can't take them on the tours. They care, they're invested, but they're stretched, or they have multiple kids. So, kids that are going through the middle school process at the same time. And so they can get on this course themselves. Youth can get on this course themselves and understand very clearly how to navigate their way through. So this is the summation of what I wanted to share with you. I'm going to stop here. I will tell you that my husband and I have a lot of courses coming your way. We just put up his holistic hardware. It's 10 tools to help people build a better life. And if you've had any kind of crisis in your life and you just feel off and you want to, I'm telling you, this has been around for 35 plus years. There are prisons who said that this has shown the lowest recidivism. There are court systems that use it for their veterans. There are people who have just said, I have been able to have a whole life now because I went through this course and used these tools and I've been transformed by them. And so that's now available in premium. He and I will come back another day and discuss that. But this course is completely free. It's very easy for you to access, very easy for you to register. I also have a children's book that I just published, and I'm looking forward to seeing how I can get Ambrose on this platform. It is a wonderful reverse story that helps kids to understand the voices that are trying to lead you off track versus the ones that are loving you into the right direction, that builds trust and confidence and all the good stuff that our kids need. So affiliates, definitely pay attention to my page, the_Hollands. And we're looking forward to bringing in some great things. There's a civic course that we have for students. We cover Black history, we cover American history, and it's done in a way that is based on virtues and values. It is not to tear down, but to build up. So that's it, guys. Hopefully there's some questions here. Shoot.
Comments. Go ahead and raise your hand or go ahead. Go ahead, Tim. There you go.
Oh, hey, Jacqueline. I love that idea of a concept. I mean, I can only imagine actually moving to a big city like New York City and then trying to figure out where to put your kid if you don't speak the language, and how do you get your kids into that giant school system and organize and how it all works, and the little things like transportation. It's amazing. I think it's just such a niche spot, and it's so vital, particularly with all the immigrants that are moving in and looking for help right now. I think it's just perfect timing on there, and affiliates. If we look at things like this, it's you can do targeted marketing, reach out to different organizations that have kids or that they're working with or that are coming from other countries or cultures or language areas. There's different groups all over the internet. You could take a course like this and promote it. Question on here, is there so is this a free course, or do you have a free version that leads to a premium? And then I heard you say you're going to put up a consulting or an academy offer, right, so you can
this is a free course, and after that I will definitely put up the consulting option. However, I did provide in the course my email where anyone can reach out to me and ask a question, and we'll have a session and see if I need to work with you in a deeper way. But I'm pretty lenient because I just love working with people. So this course is absolutely free. Consulting is absolutely available, as well as when you're talking about those organizations that are dealing with these populations, a lot of times they do have opportunities to have people come in, and that would be on the academy level, right? To come in and to speak to their people and help them to understand the information as well. So that's also going to be an option. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't wait to see your channel when you get it up. It seems like this just be a perfect how to get started in school in New York City. I love it. A great section. Thank you.
All right. Thanks. Anybody else?
Great job. I tell you, just phenomenal. And, as you were sharing, Jackie, the principles work for anywhere. In North Carolina, we have I think New York is probably the macrocosm of every school in the country. And if anything, you may consider leaving New York City off so that people will have know that it's really, really universal. Just a thought. But the principles are amazing. What you've done is amazing. And I was just looking at the structure. I mean, you know what you're doing. Let's just put it like that. It was just yeah.
You brought up a good point. There are 1.1 million students in New York City. It's just the students. That number's decreased just a little bit. But affiliates, listen to that, 1.1 million. So it's niche in terms of it being New York City. If we even focus just on that, there's so many people who can access this information and then find out about the Great Discovery as well.
Beautiful. Thank you. And give Joe my regards. I tell you all are a beautiful couple.
Thank you. And any parents on here with a question?
Well, Dr. Hurley, Cynthia Hurley, is a minister in New York. And I know you want to connect up because she's doing ministry, and her mother's a bishop in New York that has a Bible college. So we'll definitely be connecting. And as a matter of fact, that's all a part of your team with Chaplain McVeigh.
Yes, absolutely. And like I said, my husband and I will come back on with a spotlight. His course is a premium course, and we've got a lot of other premium courses rolling out.
Okay. Thanks. Anybody else? We got just a few minutes before our next session. So. Okay, anything in chat? I see something from Casey. Yep.
So did you translate into 5 languages already, Jacqueline, or are you just still translating?
No. When I first loaded it, I was able to select those 5 languages, so it should be ready to go. Yeah.
Are you using the AI Genius Club to actually maybe even create some little ads in those languages too?
So in the earlier session, I had been having trouble getting into my AI Genius because I was upgraded in, and so there was a disconnect between my password, but they fixed it while I was on the call today, and so I'll be able to get in and check out all those wonderful opportunities. Yes.
Yeah, it works really good for creating little videos, and you can translate everything, including we can translate the narration on it and all of it, and have videos for each particular market that you're reaching out, and do the same thing, promoting to different groups, and it'd be great.
Great. Thank you for that. Yeah.
And Jackie, I'll just say, I know there are open course spotlight sessions coming up, so you and your husband just jump on and snag one for your premium course.
Another thing you just reminded me, this course is also really good for homeschool parents, because a lot of times they will homeschool elementary and middle and they want to come in for high school, but they don't really know how to do it. So this is, or even if it was coming in for middle school. So it's very helpful for homeschooling parents as well.
Hi, this is Pastor Hurley. I want to actually piggyback off of what Dr. Harris was saying, and also what Tim was saying, and the fact that this is such a niche category. And I believe that a lot of parents and people that are moving here, they really don't understand the school system. And I just think that is great. I can't wait to look into it as well, so that I can refer people. And I want to say congratulations to you.
Thank you. I look forward to meeting you.
Yeah.
All right.
Hello. I just wanted to say this was an excellent presentation, and I'm so proud of you, and congratulations.
Thank you. Your encouragement has been everything. So you and Brother Harris. So thank you.
Great. Okay. Well, one more. Going once or going twice. Anybody else? All right. Well, now we'll switch over to Dr. Yovankas. Jackie, thank you so much. Great job. We look forward to seeing many more of your courses and hearing from you again on the Course Spotlight in the near future.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.